Thank you.
이런 초 수비에 들어갈 남아프리카 공화국 수비 위치를 말씀드리겠습니다. 투수 알렉산더 레브코브.
Good evening and a very warm welcome to Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark Field number 3. Evidently we're underway. Just 15 minutes ahead of 8 o'clock in the evening, finally set for our last game of the day as the originally scheduled 5 days of the opening round of the 2019 WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup come to a close. My name is Tyler Mott. Chinese Taipei and South Africa are matched up this evening in Group B play as these two squads play their final regularly scheduled game of this 5-day start to the tournament. Now, among the teams that are playing this evening, a couple still have games to go tomorrow. Chinese Taipei, not one of those. They got a game in last night in which they played just 5 innings in a victory to knock off Panama. But the Chinese Taipei mission tonight: win, finish at 4-1, punch your ticket to the Super Round. You move on. South Africa still looking for its first win of the tournament and sending the young right-hander Alex Levkov to the hill, who will get set to go against the Chinese Taipei starting 9 that you saw on your screen just a moment ago. We are trying to motor on through these final couple of games here on the last day of opening round play. Japan and Panama right now going on the field next door as the last scheduled game over on field number 2 tonight. You get a look at our 4-man umpiring crew. That's Ji-Hyun Cho, who is at first base. Joshua Weschler from New Zealand behind the plate. Korea umpire at first and at second. Min-So Kim, she's out there on bag number 2, and it's Renee Gonzalez from Panama who is over on third base.
Number 49, Ho Hong-yo, first
And we
baseman.
are just about set to go. Kind of snuck up on us. First pitch flying toward us here on a Tuesday evening. Again, there's that defensive look for South Africa as announced by manager Dean McKinnon. Lang, Miller, and Panzenberger left, center, and right. November, Schwartz, Matthews, and White third to first on the infield. Corbin Greenslade behind the plate. And the first pitch of this Tuesday evening game comes in at 7:46 in the evening from the right-hander Alex Levkov, and it is there for a strike. Hang Ho-Yu is the leadoff man for Chinese Taipei this evening. He is the first baseman getting things started. Cheng Hua-Yue will bat right behind him, the center fielder, and then Wei-Chi Lo, the catcher, as Levkov sees the count go even on this left-handed hitting first baseman right out of the gate. Cheng Ho-Yu has handled the leadoff duties pretty much exclusively for this team. And 6 for 14 to start the tournament through Chinese Taipei's first few days. We do have some scores that have already gone final today. 4 games in the books. Netherlands over Australia in a big-time Group A matchup that really puts a logjam behind group-leading Korea in Group A. 4-3 the final in that one as the Netherlands got the victory over Australia. The United States was trailing Spain 3-2 going to the 7th inning, then busted out for 6 runs there. This ball lifted in the air to right field. Regan Panzenberger there to make the grab. 1 up, 1 down. Leadoff man gone. Korea knocked out China 7-2. And Canada blanking Nicaragua 9-0. They are underway over on field 2 for Panama and Japan right now. The game is in the top of the 2nd inning. Japan riding high after a 3-0 start. Knocked out the United States, hung 16 runs on U.S. pitching back on Sunday, and then yesterday 1-1 tie game going to the bottom of the 5th. Gave up 2 unearned runs to this Chinese Taipei team. Then the rains came and washed out the final few innings of that game. So it went official after 5 innings. And Japan took its first loss of the tournament. So Chinese Taipei right now basically in the driver's seat to possibly secure a first place seeding coming out of group play into the super round in Group B, although the United States with a victory today did pull even for the moment anyway. 3-1 record with Japan and Chinese Taipei. Group B, kind of the group of death for this tournament with the world's number 1 from Japan as a hit by pitch comes in tight on Cheng Hua-Yue. He'll take his base as a 1-out base runner here in the top half of the first inning. Wei-Chi Lo, the catcher, steps into the batter's box.
Now hitting number 23, Ro Wei-Jie, catcher.
World's number 1, Japan. Number 2, the United States. Number 4, Chinese Taipei. 13th ranked Panama. 23rd ranked South Africa. And 26th ranked Spain. That is Group B. And coming into the evening, you got 3 teams at 3-1. 2 of them will get decisions tonight, Japan and Chinese Taipei. Tomorrow, the United States will play its makeup game against Panama, or at least that is scheduled, and hopefully the weather cooperates so we can get all the games from yesterday made up tomorrow. 1-0 pitch, crushed in the air out to right field. Going back on it is Panzenberger to the warning track, and that's off the top of the wall. It clanks by Cornelis Miller on the rebound. Racing around third base is the first run of the ball game. Cheng Hua-Yue will score all the way from first. Wei-Chi Lo with an RBI triple, and it's 1-0 Chinese Taipei in the first.
Now hitting number 6, Lee Hao-wee, second baseman.
That thing nearly got out of here. We have not seen, at least in the games that I have called, not a single home run. We have had a decent amount of home runs so far in the tournament. I believe we're into double digits now. Had a couple today. Canada had a couple of big flies. Australia as well. The Netherlands too. I should say the Netherlands also, not 2. But I have been the power jinx. We have not had a single home run in any of the games that I have called yet in this tournament. And that thing powered out to right field, just dying off of the wall, but it's an RBI triple for Wei-Chi Lo. And a swing and a fly ball again out to right. A lot going that direction. Moving over toward the line. Nice job in pursuit. Regan Panzenberger makes the catch. That'll be a sacrifice fly for Hao Yu Lee. And a 2-0 Chinese Taipei lead in the first. The base is cleared. 2 outs.
Now hitting
Hao
number
Lin
85, Lin
into the
Zhihao,
box.
Designated hitter.
Good job by Panzenberger. Had to run a long way for that ball. Hao Lin batting out of the 5 spot in the order for Chinese Taipei this evening. 4 for his first 12 in the tournament with a double and 2 RBI. Pitch there at the knees for a strike. Lin, 17 years old, from Pingjian High School. Dances out of the way of that pitch. That ball clattered up into the netting behind the plate. See if you can see this on the replay. It gets stuck right behind that pole right in front of us. Three balls and a strike on Hao Lin. Missing just upstairs for ball 4. First walk issued by Levkov here in the first inning. And Chinese Taipei with a 2-out base run. So the picture is a little bit muddied, no pun intended, with all the rain that we've had. But Chinese Taipei coming into the day today at 3-1. South Africa's 0-3. They've got a makeup game scheduled for tomorrow as well. They'll take on Spain. Spain fell today to the United States. That Spain team is going to be off to the consolation round, but that team is a talented and fun team, and they had a little bit more pitching depth. They could have sprung a couple upsets. They led Japan with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning in their opening day matchup back on Friday. Led the United States going into the 7th inning today. 1-0 pitch, runner goes. Throw down to second is not in time. Good jump there for Hao Lin. So man in scoring position now. Corbin Greenslade, the backstop for South Africa, trying to cut down the runner. 2 balls, no strikes on Junho Wang, third baseman in the order for Chinese Taipei. 2-0, and that's up at the shoulder, and it clanks into Wong's left arm. Thankfully, he's all right. Now it's first and second.
Now hitting number 9, Lin
Left
Zhihao,
shoulder blade.
left fielder.
Get some of the magic spray out there. Already some work probably starting. That's Mila Berger heading down to the South Africa bullpen. And Ovio Catello with him. Cheng Hua Lin, the right fielder. Those hands hanging out over the plate. He takes up so much room in the batter's box. Not a very big guy, Changhua Lin, but that stance so wide and the hand straight out in front of his body. Right out over the plate. And he crowds the plate too. His feet are basically up on that front stripe of the batter's box. You see Greenslade set up inside. 0-1 high. Alex Levkov nearing 25 pitches now here in this first inning. That slide step delivery just didn't finish the release point off. One ball, one strike. Guishun Lin and Su Wei Lin in the latter two spots of the order if it gets to him. One into the screen. So with the Netherlands victory over Australia today, the Aussies are set up tomorrow for a must-win. They'll go against Canada. Canada 3-1, Australia 2-2. Kind of a perplexing tournament for Australia. Dropped a game to Nicaragua on the first day of the tournament, rebounded with a 1-0 victory over Korea. This ball chopped up the middle into center field for a base hit. Su-Hao Lin coming around third base. He will score just beyond Greenslade, who didn't swing the arm around and try to get a tag on him as he ran by. May have been too late. Our angle's kind of funky to try to tell the distance between the two, but it's an RBI single for Changhua Lin. Zheno Wang will go to third base. Lin will move into second on the throw, and it's a 3-0 Chinese Taipei lead. So Korea is done for the tournament's opening round. They're on to the super round at 4-1 overall, and they'll get their originally scheduled rest day tomorrow, as will China. Actually, no, check that. China will not, as will Nicaragua. Japan, with its result tonight, going against Panama. Those two teams currently in action over on field number 2. Japan and Chinese Taipei, who played last night for that Chinese Taipei victory, those two will also have the originally scheduled rest day tomorrow. There's Dean McKinnon, the manager of this South Africa squad. He's wearing the World Baseball Classic hat, and I am wondering if, and this is an honest assessment, I'm wondering if it's because it's the hat that's big enough to fit his head. Got a big dome, Dean McKinnon. Smart guy, big brain, ball thrown into center field. But I believe he told me that last year at U-15s, I want to say, is the Runnels score. Zheno Wang coming around from third on that pick attempt at second. Changhua Lin. He'll move into third base. Guishun Lin. Pops this one back into the screen. A ball and a strike. Right-hander Levkov home with his 26th pitch, and he leaves that one high. Hitters count 2-1. It stays high also. 3 balls and a strike. Started at just after a quarter till 8 o'clock in the evening. 7:46 our first pitch time tonight. The final game of 3 here on field number 3. Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark. That one will get a generous call over the outside part of the plate from the home plate umpire Joshua Weschler. Lynn ready, 3-2 pitch. Maybe playable left side. Luke November is going to give chase. Long run, and that's in the warning track. It'll bounce up off of the screen. Luke November is a good young player. He is one of the 16-year-olds on this roster and a guy who generally plays behind the plate. South Africa didn't have a third baseman that they felt was the caliber to start over in that position and could outperform Luke there. So they moved Luke to third, kind of playing out of position as the 3-2 is up high. Runner steaming home from third base will score on the wild pitch, Cheng-Hua Lin. And it is a 5-0 lead for Chinese Taipei. South Africa's been in position to maybe get out of this for a little while, but just haven't been able to get that final out in this inning. So a big lead early, and that was not only a wild pitch to bring home the run, but it's also ball 4 that puts Lin aboard. And now it's Su Wei-Lin's turn. One thing about Dean McKinnon and his coaching staff, Robert Smith, Virgil Townsend, and Gavin Bennett, they are always positive with this group. Even when the results are tough, all these things are learning experiences for a South Africa team. Just doesn't have quite the same caliber in its domestic league back home as what these guys see when they come to these tournaments. As there's a bouncing ball out towards short. Tough play because the shortstop, Kian Schwartz, was ranging up the middle with the runner moving, but a great job to get back to that ball on some slippery footing. Then he gets the throw to first. But 5 runs home for Chinese Taipei in the top of the first, and a 5-0 lead headed to the bottom of 1.
이름할 수비에 들어갈 대만 수비 위치를 말씀드리겠습니다. 투수 전쯔지에, 포수 로웨이지에, 1루수 홍홍용, 2루수 리하위, 3루수 왕슌호, 유격수 린주이진,
Starting 9 for South Africa as we head into the bottom half of the first inning as announced by manager Dean McKinnon. Jamie Lang will lead things off. He's the left fielder, then Cornelius Miller, the center fielder, and Luke November, the third baseman. Kian Schwartz, the shortstop, bats in the cleanup spot tonight. Regan Panzenberger will bat in the 5-hole. Corbin Greenslade, the catcher, behind him. Joshua Mitchell's the DH. Jared Matthews, the first baseman, batting 8th, and Boyd Matthews, the second baseman, rounds out the lineup for South Africa. Trying to get the bats started with a deficit facing this team headed to the bottom of 1. Chinese Taipei defensively, out in left field actually is Su Wei-Lin. Cheng-Hua Yue is in center. Cheng-Hua Lin is in right. Shen Wong is at third base. Wei Chin Lin at shortstop. Hao Yu Lee at second. Heng Yu Ho at first. And Wei Chi Lo, the backstop, set to catch the throws from Chi-Che Chen. Gets the start, pours in a first pitch fastball for a strike to Jamie Lang. Underway here in the bottom of 1. Chi-Che Chen, one of the younger guys on this roster for Chinese Taipei. He is 16 from Pingzhen High School. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss there from Lang. South Africa as a team not a ton of plate appearances to speak of. They've had a handful of run rule losses. There's a called strike 3 over the outside corner. Lang is gone for out number 1. Just 4 hits in the first 3 days of this tournament for South Africa.
Number 21, Cornelius Miller, center fielder.
A couple of short no-hitters against the South Africa squad. But that dugout, it is one of the best things that you can see in these competitions. Guys who never stop cheering each other on, never stop being positive in that dugout. They're on the first base side tonight. 0-1 is high. Or check that, the third base side tonight, my mistake. Cornelius Miller is the batter. Miller 0 for 5 to start the tournament, but a couple of walks for tonight's center fielder. Two balls and a strike on him here. Grooved in there. For South Africa, you just need to get things started with base runners. That's all you can think about. Nice job staying alive. Shot almost off of the assistant Robert Smith down there on the third base side. He's got a laugh for his center fielder. Right-hander Chen into the windup. 3-2 pitch. Low for ball 4. Miller's got his third walk of the tournament. He puts himself on as a one-out base runner at the bottom of the first.
Now hitting number 1, Luke November, third baseman.
So that brings up Luke November. Luke 1 for 7 the first few days of this tournament. No South Africa hitter yet has multiple hits in the tournament. Might be the guy to do it. He chases an elevated fastball. Chen from the stretch, first time working that way this evening, and his tapper back past the mound. Lin will go to first base and get the out over there. Moving first to second is Cornelius Miller. He's in scoring position now with 2 gone.
4번타자 유격수 키안 슈왈츠.
Now hitting number 5, Kian Schwartz, shortstop.
There is the defensive alignment for Chinese Taipei, with Lin Yue and Lin left, center, and right. Wang Lindley and Ho around the infield from third to first. Wei-Che Lo behind the plate. And Chen, the 16-year-old righty, on the mound. And swinging a broken bat roller right side. Lin Yu Ho will flip to his pitcher, cover the bag. 3-1 putout retires the side here in the first. 5 runs for Chinese Taipei in the top half. South Africa strands 1 aboard in the bottom half. We'll go to the second. Chinese Taipei with the 5-0 lead over South Africa.
남아프리카 공화국 선수 교체가 있겠습니다. 투수 밀라버거.
There'll be a change of player. Pitcher Mila Berger.
New pitcher in the game for South Africa as we move into the top half of the second inning. Alexander Levkov with an inning of work.
Now hitting.
Just
Number
2 hits
49,
allowed,
Ko Hong-yo,
but
first
5
baseman.
runs, 4 of them earned. And he'll give way to Mila Berger as we move into the top half of the second. Back at Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark. Field number 3, our final game of the day. This one, technically, game number 30 of the 2019 WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup. 30 opening round games scheduled. We, unfortunately, had some rainouts yesterday, so we've got a handful of makeup games set for tomorrow. This one would have closed out the opening round. And set us up for the rest day tomorrow, and then 18 Super Round games starting on Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the Super Round, I should say 18 Super Round and Consolation Round games, 9 each, starting on Thursday. 2 medal games, the bronze medal game of the World Championship Final on Sunday. That South Africa dugout. 3-1 served into left field off the bat, back at the top of the order of Heng-yo Hu, the leadoff man, who's got himself his first hit of the ball game. Third of the day
Now hitting,
for
number
Chinese
38,
Taipei.
Wie-Jung-ha, center fielder.
So the leadoff man on, Cheng-Hua Yue, the 2-hole hitter, steps in. New arm into the game, Mila Berger for South Africa. He has pitched in 1 game so far. 2 innings of work for Mila, as that pitch in the dirt will send you scurrying back to the bag. 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks, and a strikeout. That's been one of the issues for South Africa so far in the tournament. They've issued 25 walks as a staff in 16 2/3 innings pitched, compared with just 6 strikeouts. And that'll get you. Check on you at first. Runner on the move, and that pitch will not enable a throw from Corbin Greenslade, so a stolen base for Heng-yo Hu with his team out in front here at the top of the second, 5-0 lead. Not often that you see a leadoff hitting first baseman, but Heng-yo Hu is a fun player at the top of that lineup. Cheng-Hua Yue hit by a pitch in his first trip to the plate. Just missing to him on 3-0, ball 4. Puts him at first and second now.
3번 타자 포수 로에이지엔.
Now hitting, number 23, Lo Wei-jie, catcher.
More work being done down in that South Africa bullpen. I believe that is Cade Smith who's throwing down there. Swinging a rope out to right field. This is going to get into the gap. It'll split Panzenberger and Miller. It'll bring home both runs. Wei-Chi Lo with the liner into the alleyway. He is digging for third base, And the second triple of the ball game for Chinese Taipei's catcher makes it a 7-0
4번타자
lead.
이루수 리하이.
Now hitting number 6, Lee Hao-wee, second baseman.
Another laser beam off the bat of Lowe, who brings in his second and third runs batted into the game. Chinese Taipei on fire early at the plate. That was a closer play at third than I thought it was going to be, but Lowe gets the foot in there. And here is Hao Yu Lee. Lee is maybe the most highly touted prospect on this roster from a position player standpoint. He was a member of the U-15 national team last year for Chinese Taipei. A lot of raw power in that bat. And just as though you rarely see a leadoff hitting first baseman like Hang Yu Ho, you don't really see a lot of cleanup hitting second baseman, but that is Hao Yu Lee. Lee last year in the U-15 Baseball World Cup batted .360, .485, .560 in his team's 9 games. Berger deals. Nice breaking ball, and he gets a swing and a miss on 0-2 for the first out of the inning. Strikeout number 1 for South Africa pitchers today.
5번 지명타자 린즈하오.
Now hitting number 35, Lee Zhi-hao, designated hitter.
So 1 gone to Hao Lin. Swings and chops this one right side. Berger's got it. He's just going to get the out at first. A smart play rather than trying to get the runner coming home. Wei-Chi Lo will score. 1-3 rather goes that put out.
6번타자
And the bases
3루수
are cleared with 2
왕승훈.
gone in the
Now
second.
hitting
And
number
it's an
13,
8-0 Chinese Taipei
Wang
lead.
Sun-ho, third baseman.
Shen-Ho Wang steps in. 17 years old, the third baseman from Gubao High School. In the air. Shallow center going out Boy Matthews. He'll call and make the grab. And that will retire the side here in the second inning. 3 runs across for Chinese Taipei, but a nice job by Mila Berger to rebound and shut things down in a hurry. We head to the bottom of the second. It's Chinese Taipei 8, South Africa nothing.
이에 말 남아프리카 공화국 공격. 5번타자 우익수 리간 페인츠버거.
Bottom
Bottom half of the second inning, South Africa trailing Chinese Taipei 8-0 back at Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark in Gijang-Gun in the Republic of Korea. My name is Tyler Mon. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Tuesday evening here in the Republic of Korea. Gotta continually remind myself what day it is. Once the tournament starts, these WBSC competitions, it's like we just get so locked in to the day-to-day competition that you don't even remember the, oh yeah, there are like actual calendar days that goes along with these. You just think of it as like, oh, it's day 4 of the opening round. We're in day 5 today, but tomorrow, our originally scheduled off day, will be used to make up a handful of contests washed out by rain yesterday. And a quick strikeout of Regan Panzenberger starts things off for South Africa offensively here in the bottom half of the second inning. Corbin Greenslade
6번 타자 보스
steps into the batter's box.
Now hitting number 8.
Panzenberger, the right fielder, Greenslade, the catcher, and Joshua Mitchell, the designated hitter, the 3 due to the plate this inning. They're in the top of the 3rd inning over on field number 2. And Panama, which is 1-2 in opening round play, hanging right in there with Japan. It's a 1-1 ball game in the 3rd inning. 1-0. Chopped left side, slow roller. Sheno Wong, the 3rd baseman, to make the play. 2 gone. This tournament really makes you appreciate, maybe more than anything, just how good that United States team was 2 years ago that swept its way to the title of world champion, allowing just 5 runs in the entire tournament. 3 earned. Because even the team that looked like it was certainly the team to beat after Sunday night, Japan, fell last night, Chinese Taipei, in a 1-1 game right now with Panama. The United States gave up 16 runs in that loss to Japan on Sunday, rained out yesterday, allowed 3 runs today, still knocked off Spain, but it just makes you take stock of what that team accomplished a couple of years ago in this tournament for the United States. That was one of the best baseball teams ever in terms of what it did against its contemporary competition. The way the United States flat out dominated that 2017 event. I think they threw 6 shutouts of the 9 games they played in that tournament, including the last 4. Good breaking ball there. Finishes things off here in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. We are ticketed for the 3rd. Chinese Taipei 8 and South Africa 0.
(3회) 대만 공격 7번 타자 우익수 민정화.
Top of the 3rd inning. Now hitting number 9. Lin Zhenhua, right fielder.
Three up, 3 down for South Africa in the bottom of the 2nd inning, so we are headed to the 3rd. Chinese Taipei 5 runs in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, and an 8-0 lead going to the top of 3. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 for Chinese Taipei. Cheng Hua Lin, Zhui Chin Lin, and Su Wei Lin, the right fielder, shortstop, and left fielder. And Cheng Hua Lin, who singled and scored back in the 1st inning, scored the last of those 5 runs for his team. First one into the batter's box. Thankfully, a dry night here so far in Gijang-Hyundai in the Republic of Korea, just outside of Busan, the 2nd largest city in this nation. Second largest in terms of its population. Around 3.5 million people live in the city of Busan. We're probably 40 minutes away from the city center out here in Gijang County. Mix up between backstop Corbin Greenslade and his right-hander, the reliever Mila Berger. Dean McKinnon, the South Africa manager. Berger home with a 2-1 and got something on the right page with his backstop Greenslade, and the count is even, blowing that fastball by the 7-hole hitter Cheng-Hua Lin. Two on the way. Called strike 3. Got him on the inside corner with a fastball. Second strikeout for Berger. Leadoff man retired for the second time in 3 innings by South Africa pitching.
8번 타자 유격수 린죄진.
Now hitting number 15, Lin Jui-jin, shortstop.
So 1 out. Ball and no strikes after the breaking ball comes inside on Gijang-Hyundai. Good block by Greenslade back there. Two balls, no strikes. Berger deals a fastball high. And again high, and another offering that stays up on Lin. Second walk for him, and as many trips to the plate.
9번 타자
Su
좌익수
Wei-Lin out of the
린죄인.
9 spot.
Now hitting number 14,
Su Wei-Lin,
Lin
the
Jui-wei,
same name,
left fielder.
the same player, obviously, with the age qualification of this, but same name as the former prospect and current member of the Boston Red Sox organization, Major League Baseball in the United States, a product of Kaohsiung County, who's seen action in international events over his professional baseball career. Su Wei-Lin, shortstop, second baseman, third baseman, made his major league debut in the United States with the Boston Red Sox in 2017. He's played 13 games at the big league level this year for Boston. So another guy with a big league connection today. Swinging a shot to third. What a play by Luke November. Throw to first, and it's a little bit low. Skips by Jared White. Moving into third base is Jui-Chin Lin. He'll hold up there. And Su Wei-Lin is aboard at second. So 2 in scoring position now, man. That is a terrific play by Luke November. That is a tough pick on the backhand, but just couldn't get an accurate throw over there to first. So 2 in scoring position now. And back to the top of the order, and Heng Ho Yu. Pitch on the inside, off the plate, a little bit from Berger. Ball and no strikes. Error goes charged to Luke November. but another former Boston Red Sox organization member, as November makes a play there, comes home and gets the out at the plate. Gijang-Hyundai retired. 5-2 goes the put out. Fielder's choice will allow you to reach at first. Su Wei-Lin moves in behind him, or moves in behind Gijang-Hyundai. Another low throw. That's a tremendous job by Corbin Greenslade behind the plate to scoop that throw and get the tag down on Lin as he tried to slide in. So 2 outs now, nothing home in this inning for Chinese Taipei. And the left-handed hitting Chenghua Yue in to take his hags. But former Major Leaguer Byung-Hyun Kim was at the ballpark today. Byung-Hyun Kim, a 9-year career in the major leagues, probably most famous for his early seasons with the Arizona Diamondbacks. A guy who gave up, I think it was back-to-back or maybe 3 straight walk-off home runs in the World Series at one point. And his team still came away with a ring. 2001 with the Arizona Diamondbacks, Major League Baseball in the United States. Is the steal for Heng-Ho Lin, or Heng-Ho Yu rather, puts him in scoring position. Second stolen base of the tournament. Or that pitch was in the dirt. We'll see how it goes placed. You get caught up looking at Byung-Hyun Kim stats and lose where you are and everything. But BK Kim, who has been playing baseball for a long time, broke into the major leagues at 20 years old in the United States. That was the year that he started his professional career. It wasn't as though he was climbing up in the minors for a little while. He started his professional career at 20. Went from AA to AAA and broke into the big leagues that year with Arizona. Most recently professionally pitched last year in the Australian Baseball League with the Melbourne Aces, and in 9 appearances put up a 0.93 ERA at 39 years old. That was after a 2-year layoff. He didn't pitch in 2016 or 2017 anywhere, and then joined Melbourne in 2018. He was about 12 years older than the average player in the league. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the 2-hole hitter Yue, who has been hit by a pitch and walked tonight. South Africa tries to get out of this inning, throwing up a 0 here in the 3rd. 2 in scoring position. 3-2 pitch on the way from Berger. Swung on and missed. Gets the strikeout. 2 in the inning and 3 on the night so far for Mila Berger. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Chinese Taipei 8 and South Africa nothing.
3회 말 남아프리카 공화국 공격 8번 타자 1루수 제라드 화이트.
Bottom of the third inning. Now hitting number 83, Gerard White. First
Bottom of the
baseman.
third inning, South Africa trailing Chinese Taipei 8-0 through 2.5. But a good inning of work from Mila Berger, who puts up a 0 for his team. Works out of a jam, got some help on the defensive side from Luke November. And we head into the bottom of 3. No runs across on no hits that last inning, an error and 2 left on for Chinese Taipei. Jared White, first baseman for South Africa. Leadoff man in this inning. White out of the 8th spot. Boy Matthews, the second baseman, will bat behind him, and then Jamie Lang back at the top of the order. Good breaking ball. A lot of vertical dive to that one from Chen. And
9번 타자 1루수 보이 매튜스.
Now
the fourth
hitting
strikeout
number
of
2,
his night
Boy
sets down
Matthews,
Jared
second
Matthews.
baseman.
Or Jared White, rather, and Boy Matthews steps in. Matthews, good hack on that first offering. Matthews has the shortest pants, I think, of anybody in the tournament. I like that he's wearing the pant legs up, showing off the tall green socks, but it's not like with a lot of other guys where you can see the pants bunched up around the knee. He's got the elastic right there. This is a trimmed and cut uniform. 1-1 way up and in. Two-one pitch on the way. Matthews takes that on the outside corner. Two balls, 2 strikes. Chen kicks and comes home. Flare into the screen, foul. Right-hander again into the wind, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball slipping away from Boy Matthews' swing.
1번 타자 좌익수 제이미 랭.
So 2 outs, bases empty. We'll go back to the top of the order. Jamie Lang.
Jamie Lang, left fielder.
First pitch swinging, chopper out to short. Laying up with it, gets the throw to first, and 3 out, 3 down. South Africa is retired here in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll head to the 4th. Chinese Taipei 8, South Africa 0.
사이초 대망 공격 3번 타자 포수 루웨이저이.
Top of the 4th inning. Now hitting number 23.
8-0 lead for Chinese Taipei as we head into the top half of the 4th inning. Back at Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark, field number 3. Chinese Taipei fans making their presence known as they always do for this team. Hanging out. They were here for a little while, waiting on the end of the previous game on this field this evening, Canada and Nicaragua. That game lasted a little while. It was a 9-0 Canada win. Third inning of work for right-hander Mila Berger. Wei-Chi Lo already a pair of RBI triples in this game. Backed off the plate by a fastball in tight. 1 ball, 1 strike. Berger home. Skies that one into the glove of Corbin Greenslade. Cut on and missed on 2-1 to put the count even. Some good stuff coming out of the right arm of Mila Berger for South Africa. He's trying to get his command where he wants it. Right-hander comes set. And home on 3-2. Just off of the outside corner. We'll put the leadoff man Low on. So good day already at the plate for Wei-Chi Lo. We're only in the fourth inning.
Lee Hao-wee, second baseman.
2 RBI triples and a walk. A fly ball into center field, carrying a little bit. Cornelis Miller there to make the grab. Yu Lee tired for the 3rd time in his many trips to the plate. Sacrifice fly in his first trip, but since then a strikeout and a fly out.
Lin Zhi-hao, designated hitter.
Su-Hao Lin, the designated hitter, steps in. Runner at first base after the leadoff walk, Wei-Chi Lo. Berger so far has thrown 22 of his 41 pitches outside the strike zone. He's kind of been effectively wild, though, in certain spots. He does have a couple of walks on his account, 3 now. You can see that sweat on Mila Berger's face, though. It is a humid night, as they all have been. Runner moving. This one bounced out past a lunge from Boy Matthews and into center. First to third goes Wei-Chi Lo. Throw in behind him. And a single for Su-Hao Lin. His first hit of the day puts runners at the corners with 1 out. Putting the man in motion from first base.
Third baseman.
Enabling Lo to cut the bag at second and dig for third. Check on that runner at first base. That ball trickles away from Jared White. It's going to bring home a run. Lowe will score from third. And it's a 9-0 game now here in the fourth inning. Lin heading into second base. Second error charge to a South Africa pitcher in this game. That's the third in the game. So Tzu-Hao Lin in scoring position at second now. It's there for a strike to Shunho Wong. Berger, that long stare in to get his signs from Greenslate. 0-1 high. Off the plate on 1-1. Five runs in the first, 3 in the second, 1 here in the fourth so far for Chinese Taipei. 9-0 lead over South Africa, which is still in search of its first hit. Ball bounce foul. First base side. Still having fun in that dugout on the third base side. That is Cade Smith. This is a starting pitcher a couple of days ago for South Africa. 2-2. Runner bluffs big, swing and a miss. It's a fourth strikeout for Mila Berger.
7번 타자 우익수 림정화.
Now hitting
Shunho
number
Wong
9,
retired, and that'll bring up Chenghua Lin, who struck out in his last trip to the plate, went down looking to open the third. Seven-hole hitter Chenghua Lin. He had a single and a run scored back in the first inning. Berger, you can see battling the wet mound. Thankfully not actively raining, but these fields are just so saturated from the last couple of days. And when your spikes get kind of caked with mud, there's only so much you can do. Screams right into the back of Chenghua Lin, so third batter hit by pitches for Chinese Taipei tonight.
8번 타자 유격수 린준정.
Now hitting number 15, Lin Jui-jin, shortstop.
Just trying to get out of this inning, South Africa. of 8 between the first and second. Nothing in the third, run home here in the fourth, but now a couple aboard. Berger kicks and deals on a 1, breaking ball up high. Two balls and a strike on Lin. Fouled away. Berger taking all kinds of time getting his signs from Greenslade. 2-2 pitch. Fouled away again. Lin has walked twice tonight. And 1 pitch away from adding a third. His count is full on him. Another shot foul on the full count pitch. Three-two on the way from Berger. Good battle here from Lin. The other field right now, they're in the 4th inning in a 1-1 tie game between Panama and Japan. Headed to the bottom of the 4th there. Japan's only got 1 hit in that game to this point. And ball 4 misses up and away. So a walk issued, the 3rd of the day to Lin out of the 8th spot.
Now hitting number 43, Lin Ziwei.
Bases are loaded now for Ziwei Lin out of the 9 hole. Berger comes high with pitch number 60. Two outs in the inning. A fly out from Hao Yu Lee and a strikeout of Chun-Ho Wong. 1-0 on the way. 2 balls and no strikes. And the ball is going to get away from Luke November on the back pick attempt to get Su-Hao Lin down at 3rd. So he'll score on what will go as an error charged to the catcher Corbin Greenslade. Everybody else moves up, so 2nd and 3rd now. And a 10-0 lead for Chinese Taipei. Good time to tell you that a run rule does apply for these games. It is 15 runs after 5 innings and 10 runs after 7. Crushed to center field. Racing back on it is Miller over his head. That'll get all the way to the wall. It'll bring home 2. Cheng-Wan Lin scores from third. Gui-Chin Lin scores from second into second base and back in there safely. Behind the tag, Su-Wei Lin with a 2-run double, and it's 12-0 Chinese Taipei.
49, Ho Hong-yo, first baseman.
That ball just jumped off the bat. That sound, that is a money sound for an offensive player. So 2 outs and 4 home in the inning now. Berger's still just trying to get out of it. Bends that one behind OU back in the top spot in the Chinese Taipei order. One ball, no strikes. 2 gone. That ball is hammered to center field as well. Moving back on this one is Miller, but he'll get there to make the grab. And that will close the inning. 8 men bat in the inning, 4 come across. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Chinese Taipei 12 and South Africa nothing.
Umpire. Anybody take? Second.
대만의 선수 교체가 있겠습니다. 1루수 전종저.
There'll be a change of player. Second baseman, Jun Jong-jo.
Been all Chinese Taipei so far in this one, a 12-0 lead as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. 12 runs on just 6 hits for Chinese Taipei, 4 errors for South Africa, a handful of walks, a couple of batters hit by pitches.
남아프리카 공화국 공격 2번 타자 중견수 코르넬리 밀러.
And as we go into the bottom of the 4th, Cornelis Miller will lead things off. 2-3-4 for his squad. Miller, Luke November, Kian Schwartz. A ball and no strikes to Miller, who walked in the first inning. He's the lone base runner for South Africa to this point. One skied foul. One-two pitch on the way. Miller takes a called strike 3. 6th strikeout for Chi-Che Chen, who has been perfect aside from the walk.
Number 1, Luke November, third baseman.
That brings up Luke November, grounded out 6-3 in his first trip to the plate back in the first inning. No balls, 2 strikes. A big cut and miss there from November. So Luke goes down swinging, 7th strikeout of the day.
4번 타자 유격수 키안 슈왈츠.
Now hitting number 5, Ken Schwartz, shortstop.
The swing and a shot foul, first base side. Kian Schwartz, the shortstop, grounded out to the first baseman Heng Yu Ho back in the first inning. Got a good one going on over on field number 2 as this ball is roped foul down the third base side. 1 run on 4 hits, 1 error for Panama. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 errors for Japan. That game would cause all kinds of chaos if Panama were to spring that upset. That would drop Japan to 3-2 after a 3-0 start, and would open the door for the United States as well as Chinese Taipei to jump ahead of Japan in Group B standings as that strikeout wraps things up. The 8th of the night for Chi-Che Chen. And we head to the top half of the 5th. Been all Chinese Taipei in this one, 12-0 through 4.
남아프리카 공화국 선수 교체가 있겠습니다. 투수 케이드 스미드.
There'll be a change of player. Pitcher, Kate Smith.
Chinese Taipei with a 12-0 lead over South Africa as we move into the top half of the 5th inning. A new armor to the game for this South Africa squad. Mila Berger will depart after 3 innings of relief, and Cade Smith will take over on the mound. Cade, we saw earlier on, get the nod in a starting role on the hill for South Africa. So Smith will get set to face 2, 3, and 4 for Chinese Taipei.
5초 대망 공격.
Cheng Hua
이번
Yue
타자
leading things off.
Gijang-Hyundai.
Wei Chi Lo behind him. Couple RBI triples and a walk. 3 runs scored for Lo tonight. He has been a machine out of the 3-hole. And then Hao Yu Lee, who's actually hitless in 3 trips to the plate, does have 1 sacrifice fly. $12 runs on just 6 hits in this game. 4 errors on the other side, enabling Chinese Taipei to a big night of offensive production despite not that many hits. Rain has started to come down here at Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark. A 1 waved at and missed. No balls and 2 strikes quickly on the 2 spot in the lineup. This is no longer Changhua Yue, as Chinese Taipei has summoned a pinch hitter, and it is Chia-Yen Tsai in the 2 spot in the order now. This ball driven foul down the left field line. Probably see a good amount of that here as this game moves into the middle innings. Chinese Taipei, theoretically, with 3 runs in this inning, could close out a run rule victory in the bottom of the inning. But Cade Smith and his team with different designs on it, although here's a leadoff single for Chia-Yen Tsai. And a base runner aboard to get things started in the top half of the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Wei-Chi Lo.
Number 23, Lo Wei-Jie, catcher.
Chia-Yen Tsai with the rip through the left side. For Tsai, that is his 3rd hit of the tournament. Wei-Chi Lo coming into the night was 3 for his first 10. He is now 2 for 2 tonight with a walk. Both of his hits triples. His first couple of triples of the tournament. You're a catcher, you're not supposed to have multi-triple games. But Wei-Chi Lo making it happen tonight for Chinese Taipei. Check on Tsai over at first. Runner off of the pitch, throw down to second will be late. Two balls and no strikes on the backstop Low. Another stolen base for Chinese Taipei. That is the 4th of the game by my very unofficial count. Three balls and no strikes. You can hear the rain a little bit in our crowd mics. Got to make it through one more inning to make this an official game. You can see it coming down pretty good as Smith will get a generous strike call there. Pretty amazing, the glass that we look through to see out to the field from our broadcast booth, we're not behind windows that open, so we look through these panes of glass that seem to be kind of tinted somehow, as that's ball 4 in the dirt. That'll put the base runner Tsai over at third, because the lighting looks
Now hitting, number 42.
very dark. I mean, it looks like terrible lighting behind these windows on the field. And then you walk outside and realize, oh, it's immaculate lighting. This is big league level international specification lighting. It's kind of funny, whatever this tempered glass is in front of us is obviously some kind of tint that just gives you a different perspective on the field conditions. Also makes it virtually impossible for us to see rain coming down. But you can, of course, see it in the shots we've got. First 2 runners aboard for Chinese Taipei here in the 5th. Down the left field line, slicing foul. Would have been extra bases for Hao Yu Lee. Would have been his first hit of the ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike. How Hugh Lee just did the baseball player trick. He put his bat between his legs and pulled it through to dry the barrel of the bat off. I've always wondered what the thought process is behind that. Is this to the right side? Nice play by Matthews on the scoop to second for 1, on to first. Nearly a fantastic 4-6-3 double play. The run will score, and Lee will reach on a fielder's choice. But out at second base is Wei Chi Lo. That would have been as good of a double play as we have seen in this tournament. A really, really nice play by Boy Matthews on the right side to scoop in that reverse pivot to throw to second. Strong throw to the bag there. Kian Schwartz, I don't think he was going to get How You Lee regardless. The throw was a little bit offline. But that's not on Schwartz. That's a guy who moves well going up the first baseline. That would have been a spectacular double play. Brings a run home. And moving into second base is How You Lee. There are a lot of things that go into this type of tournament play with the amount of runs scored versus runs allowed and tiebreakers and all sorts of things. And ordinarily in a normal baseball game, if a team's up 13-0 and a guy is stealing second base, you think that is not cool. But in these tournament settings, it's a completely different ballgame, and especially in a circumstance when you know that the 15-run limit, 15-run rule is a possibility with rain currently falling. Chinese Taipei with 2 more runs. That team, you get 3 quick outs in the bottom of the inning, and all of a sudden you've got yourself an official win. You can just close it out. There's no need for a delay if we were to go into a rain delay. So you kind of understand it. If you're somebody who's an old school baseball person, you're watching in that circumstance, you see a guy steal right there, you might be a little bit fired up about it. That's certainly not the case here. There's no rubbing it in. There's no running up the score. It's not that type of situation with Chinese Taipei's How You Lee moving into second base. So 1 out, Su Hao Lin facing a 1-2 count. Swings and shoots this one right back up the middle and into center field. Racing around third base is How You Lee getting the wheel home. He will score. It's an RBI single for Su Hao Lin, who's moved into second base on the throw. And it is a 14-0 Chinese Taipei lead.
Now hitting number 13, Wang Sun-ho, third baseman.
That thing sending Cade Smith spinning out of the way. Chinese Taipei just needs to cash in that 1 more run and then get 3 outs in the bottom of this inning. That would send everybody home early. Runner was off of the pitch. This thing is skied into left, and a catch made by Cornelis Miller, and no opportunity for Su Hao Lin to tag. So 2 outs now. Shenna Wong is retired.
Lin Jung-hwa, right fielder.
And that was a great jump, too, for Su Hao Lin. He would have been there pretty easily. And I think slipped upon getting back to the second base bag. Also, yeah, wasn't able to tag. So a missed opportunity there for Chinese Taipei, perhaps. And now here's Cheng Hua Lin, trying to come through with 2 gone. Shoots this one to center field. Racing in is Miller. On a dive, it's past him. And that one will get that 15th run home. Steaming around second base, digging for third is Cheng Hua Lin. He will get the wheel, and here comes Lin to the plate. The throw is ahead of him, and the tag is right on the money for the final out of the 5th. What a relay throw from, I believe, Kian Schwartz, the shortstop, and he cuts down Cheng Hua Lin, going for the inside the park homer to end the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of 5. Chinese Taipei 15 and South Africa nothing.
전국에 선수 교체가 있겠습니다. 투수 민우진 웨이.
Now coming into pitch for Team Chinese Taipei, number 50, Lin Woo-jin Wei.
Jin-Wei Lin Wu will try to close out a 15-0 victory for Chinese Taipei over South Africa. He and his team, terrific night at the plate. Great play defensively by South Africa that ends the top half of the 5th inning, as I believe that was an 8-6-2 relay that got Changhua Lin at the plate, but it was a terrific effort by Cornelis Miller coming on and diving, trying to make the catch on that line drive off the bat of Changhua Lin, and then to race back. I'm pretty sure it was Miller who got to that ball at the wall, started the relay, and the absolute strike thrown to the plate by Kian Schwartz put it right on top of the runner, basically, Changhua Lin, as the first pitch of the 5th inning popped out.
유권타자 포수 코빈 그린슬레이.
Now hitting number 8.
But just a fantastic relay throw to get the out of the plate. So if that relay correctly, I observed, which is always a dicey gamble, 8-6-2 would be that final out of the 5th inning. Dean McKinnon and his team might not get a win tonight, but got some moments that have seen their guys get to be pumped for each other. On one pitch, a breaking ball low and away. The thing about this South Africa program, these guys come up here and maybe they're not going to come away with a lot of victories, but always in it for each other. The brotherhood in that program is so cool to watch from tournament to tournament. And not only that, but they get so much better as all of these competitions go along. We'll see that in the consolation round, undoubtedly. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Greenslade swings and can't get a piece, and Chinese Taipei 1 out away from securing its super round trip with its 4th win of the opening round and heading into the regularly scheduled off day tomorrow. They are still moving along in a tie game in the 5th inning over on field number 2, 1-1 for that contest. This ball slapped back up the middle. That's a base hit. Nice job by Joshua Mitchell not giving up, getting a pitch that he liked. First swing, gives his fans something to cheer about. It breaks up the no-hitter here in the 5th.
Now hitting number 80.
Makes you happy to see Joshua Mitchell. That's why they put you in there in that spot with a DH. That's pretty awesome too, singing that fist bump at first with him and Heng-Yu Ho. That is a really cool moment. This is one of the things you love seeing in these tournaments. A check on him now back at first base by Wei-Chi Lo, is trying to erase him. But back in there safely. That is such a cool moment to see Heng-Yu Ho give Joshua Mitchell a word of encouragement and a fist pound. And Chinese Taipei obviously knows these guys from South Africa are out here just trying to compete and do their best and win some ball games and get better and all that. And when you're down 15-0 in a game and you get the first hit for your team and your counterpart on the other side is there to give you a fist bump and say, keep going, man, stick with it. That is a really cool moment. And 1 ball, 2 strike count here on Jared White. Mitchell leads away from first. Swing and a miss. Check that. It was actually a pinch hitter in that spot for South Africa. But the strikeout will end it as, no, that was Jared White. Had it correct. A mistake, looking at the wrong jersey number. Either way, it's going to wrap things up early. Chinese Taipei does its job and gets the win before the rains really sock us in, wrapping things up in a tidy just hour and 40 minutes or so to finish off a 4-1 start to the 2019 WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup and finished off their opening round play onto the super round for Chinese Taipei. Final line in this one, 15 runs on 9 hits and no errors for Chinese Taipei. No runs on 4 hits, or check that, no runs on 1 hit and 4 errors for South Africa. The win in this game will go to Chi-Che Chen, and the loss will go to Alex Levkov as Chinese Taipei is on to the super round. For now, we will say goodbye for today from here at Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark. But coming up tomorrow, we've got 4 makeup games, and the details of those you can find at the official website of the World Baseball Softball Confederation, WBSC.org. You can go to U18BWC.WBSC.org for the tournament page and get our schedule for tomorrow, as well as live stream information and all of that. I'm Tyler Mon. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Tuesday evening. Chinese Taipei over South Africa 15-0. We'll talk to you tomorrow from the Republic of Korea.